Hi, my name's Lisa. I'm from Sydney and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my journey with iDent Dental Implant Centre. So back home, I guess over the years, I really started to hate my teeth. First it started with a dislike as the discoloration started to increase. Eventually it went from quite light yellow to something really quite dark, and I started to feel pain in my wisdom tooth, and the stints in between pain became longer and shorter in between the times when I would feel quite serious pain. So I started going online, I started researching. I knew that I wanted to go to a place that was reputable, that had leading products, that had practitioners that would try and understand the patient and be driven by patient outcomes. I had conversations with a number of different providers that were in Ho Chi Minh City and also in Hanoi as well. Ultimately, I chose iDent Dental Implant Centre because all of the communication that I had was really friendly, massively consultative. All of my concerns and questions were addressed, and the response rate was, if not within the hour, then definitely. That to me really mattered a lot. It was a representation of what I could expect in the face of service, I guess, throughout the whole procedure. On arriving, it was awesome reception. Really cool, like day spa like floral scents is what I'm talking about. I was greeted at the front desk by 3 really happy, enthused ladies. It was a great greeting, a great introduction to iDent Dental Implant Centre. They're also really well prepared for me as well, which was great. I think there's a lot to be said about the way that you're invited into I guess a practitioner's environment, right? Then we did the rerun of the procedure. I felt really comfortable and confident that what I had spoken about and what the intention of, although I was slowly becoming more and more conscious as we were kind of discussing what was going to happen throughout the sessions, that I do have an irrational fear. Well, I have 3, snakes, magpies and needles, particularly dental needles. It wouldn't be an overstatement to say that this is probably the reason as to why I had put off getting a full restoration done for quite a long time, even allowing myself to go through more pain with my wisdom tooth because I was fearful of the needle. So there I was, thinking about how bad the situation was going to be with the needle. Gosh, I arrived thinking, okay, cool, Lisa, go aggressive, go in there, take it on. There's no pain, no gain. I'm kind of embarrassed when I think about how hard I was grabbing onto the nurse's hands, like seeing their knuckles curl underneath the pressure from my hand. And I've got to say, throughout that time, throughout the lead up of the 10 minutes of sitting in the chair and getting ready, it was particularly relaxing. I mean, it's great. It's great in that dental room. Truth is, Beyonce's playing, and I guess anything that I kind of really wanted to play on YouTube was there. So we went from Beyonce on the Run, Beyonce in Atlanta, Beyonce live in Vegas. Ultimately, I suppose what I'm getting at is the entire environment and the team was massively patient with me in getting prepared for the needle, actually having the needle. And let me get away not so embarrassed when I left, because I was thinking that it would have been a pretty hilarious scene and probably a first for the practitioners here at iDent Dental Implant Centre, but probably not the first or the worst exhibition of fear and apprehension and anxiety when it comes to a needle. It's actually the first needle that I've ever gotten on my own in my life. So yeah, they've been introduced to how I handle needles, I guess. Truth is, if I think about having the amount of needles that I had throughout the procedure, with each time the thought of it just got so much more easier. It's totally bearable for me now. I don't have the same fearful association with a needle as to what I did when I was on a flight thinking about whether or not I was kind of going to be able to go through with it just quietly. So thanks, Ident Dental Implant Centre, for looking out for me and being patient with me as well, by the way. So now it's over. Now I have the Hollywood grill, that life-changing smile. I mean, my sense of self-confidence is totally different, and my social confidence and social comfort is totally different. It's taken on a new form. I've gone from avoiding having conversations with people in elevators, or I guess even just starting up small talk with anybody, anywhere, to feeling so much more comfortable about just striking up a conversation. Not to mention now I don't need to, I guess, hog the left side of the camera whenever there's a selfie or a photo or anything to conceal the worst parts, the most embarrassing parts of what was, the old smile. The truth is, if you're considering dental tourism, Ident Dental Implant Centre are definitely the house of practitioners who have premium, industry-leading products to choose from. I suppose you kind of expect that when you go to a practitioner and have some work undertaken. The real difference for me was the service. It was the service, the team, the response to all of my questions and queries. I mean, there was no concern or fear that went, unanswered or uncared for. That's probably been the best part of it. And of course, the result. See?